Alright, so now we should be all set. What should happen was checked out your target kernel. Your target kernel was fine. Okay, and then reboot back into your hosting machine. Okay, so that's where we should be. So let's SSH into that. We'll say root. SSH into my target machine now. 118. Everything should have came up okay. My grub config, I forgot to add something, so I kind of botched that a little bit, but I'm okay now. No problems. Okay. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this and I'm going to say Control A, Shift, Split. I can split this. Hide that. Actually, Control A, C. Of course. I get this all screwed up sometimes. What I want to do is I want to have my, what do you call it, at the bottom here. I want to have, there we go. I want to have my my machine at the bottom and my text at the top. So that's what that little blooper was all about. And we'll CD into docs. The docs. And first, we need the chroot. We can actually, I think, we can get rid of this kernel and syslinux because it's already on the machine, so we don't have to worry about those. But I do want to vi or boot CDs. Okay. And here, this here deals with the chroot environment that I'm going to take from this and still looking back through the LFS text. But it says that we need to, first we need to, on our target, first we need to export a couple variables. Export live CD, it's going to equal mount live CD. Mount live CD. Okay. Now, I want to list out and see if I actually have a live CD directory. I don't. Okay. Cool. From the previous ones, I sometimes kept the live CD directory over. We need to export out CD dev is going to equal our target device, which in this case would be HDB2. Okay. Now, when you scroll down a little bit, there's also one here that says ISO-dir. Alright, that's going to be your directory we're going to store the CD. But we're not going to use that because I have enough room on this hard drive that I don't need to have an extra place to store anything. So let's echo out those last two variables and see if they stuck. See live CD, and we're going to echo out CD dev. Okay, they look good. Okay, super duper. This here says we're going to make directory. Parent directory, live CD, okay, and then we need to mount verbose. I just really like verbose. Maybe I don't need to, but I just always like to make sure everything's stuck right, worked out fine. So we need to mount the device to that new folder we created. Okay, check it by saying dfh. Alright, and we see at the bottom here our live CD is now mounted, or our target is mounted to where it has to be. Alright, so on to part 2 it says, as per directions, blah blah blah, mount virtual file system prior to chroot. So we're going to do that now. Say mount v tproc. Actually, I'm going to go back up into root so I can get some tab switch here. Say mount v tproc to $live CD proc. Okay, and we need to say mount sysfs. sysfs to $livecd sys. Okay, that went through fine. Arg. Then we need to say mount ft or type ramfs $livecd dev, I think. Yeah. Okay. And we need to do the same for tempfs $livecd dev shim. Okie and we have dev pts options. Group ID equals 4. Say mode equals 620. Dev pts on $livecd dev pts. Okay. Now, if we say something like dfh now, you see these two things at the bottom here, we're going to get some weird errors on. Alright? That's going to change soon after we get into the livecd environment. Soon after chroot. Okay, so let's chroot now. Let's say chroot $livecd. Let's say user bin env-i. Okay. Home equals root term. It's going to equal $term. PS1 variable will be u stop w $space. Add that space. Okay. And path is going to be bin stop user bin stop and sbin stop user sbin Okay, looks good. And we'll say bin bash login. Alright, so now we are in the root environment of the changed environment. We're in the livecd now. Chrooted into it, okay? The next step, it says to mount ramfs and populate dev. When we hit dfh again, we see we have an error at the bottom there. That should disappear after we hit this here. So we'll say mount nt ramfs run to dev. Okay. Now it says sbin udev start. I don't have udev start. Okay. Maybe you don't either. If you followed it, if you followed the toots the way I built it, we shouldn't have udev start. But we can also say there's a couple different things to udev. We could say sbin udev trigger. Udev trigger is more like a depracticated start, maybe, or something like that. I'm not sure. Okay. Now after that gets done, we have to link, set up some links here. We're going to say proc self fd to dev fd. I think it's good. Okay. We've got to say fd0. Set that up to dev standard in. Okay. 1 is going to be standard out. Two is going to be div standard error. We need to set up a link between, let's see here, proc kcore to dev core. make directory dev pts, and we need to make a dev shim shared memory. Okay. Now the error, as you see in the error there, is gone, right? Okay. So we need to mount, I'm gonna say verbose type dev pts show group ID 4, same mode, it's going to equal 620, none dev pts. Okay, and we need to do the same for tempfs, none dev shim. Okay, so now everything should be fine. Those errors that we got at the bottom there are gone. Should be gone. Yeah, so everything is correctly mounted. Okay, so now we should be in our livecd environment. Alright, so this is where, in this text here, it says that you can skip this actual, you can skip this and just go into the rest of the tutorial. But I found that when I skipped this, I don't know, it just didn't seem to work right, so I put it in anyway. And this is about the same way that I made my livecd. So I'm really lost on how it keeps not doing exactly what I wanted to do, but this is okay. Alright, so that's out of the way. We can now move on to our other tutorial here. Okay, I'm going to say LFS. Okay, and now move on to this, and I'm going to stop the video, keep it nice and short, and then we'll begin again. Don't reboot your machine. Alright, you're rooted in, this is where you need to be. Don't reboot your machine. I'm just going to cut it to keep it a little slim. Alright, so catch you in the next one.